What's up? What's up, our hustlers? Hey, it's Hustlers Horizon podcast, and we are episode 8.
8, baby.
Every time we do an episode, it's like it's going so fast. We're having so much fun, but you guys are in for a treat today. We have a good friend of mine, Tyler Rannals, owner of Dillos Burger Bus. How are you doing today?
Man. Doing great. Good to be here.
Man, we are excited, man. So I was telling him, I said, look, we're always trying to find people, man. Who can we get on? Who can we get on?
Yeah.
And I got to talk to you before, hear your story of how this all started. But now we want to let the subscribers know, how did Tyler get started with Dillos Burger Bus?
Oh, man, it's been a long journey. It's really started whenever I was a kid. You know, I always liked to cook, picked out avocados with my mom, put the eggs in the meatloaf, mixed it up. You know, I always loved to cook. Went to culinary school, graduated in March of 2022. Found the bus. I was just gonna do just a food truck after I graduated. Stumbled upon the bus that was halfway gutted, and then and that was in August of 22. Finished renovating in that. Opened it up in February 23, and here we are.
That's neat, man. The first time I saw it, I was like, man, why didn't I think about that?
Right. Yeah, we hear that a lot.
That's awesome, dude. So we've checked out that buzz, and man, y'all got some good food.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we definitely try.
How was that culinary school for you? How long did it take you?
So that took, it was at Augusta Escoffier. That took me a year and 3 months. What really piqued my interest about that school, not only did it offer online courses, it was also during COVID, so I couldn't really go to the main campus. But the Augusta Escoffier, he helped write the menu for the Titanic. The real menu for the Titanic. So
dang,
I mean, even though
cool.
Jack and Rose didn't really get to experience that, so but it was that really piqued my interest. I was like, wow.
So getting into something like that, and I would imagine in any business you start, you're nervous. And it's like a jump. You're just taking this big old leap. So you go to school, you graduate. You knew that's what you wanted to do. Then you find the bus. Yeah. Everything just came together. It seems like. Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a smooth process.
Nothing ever is. But
let's talk about how once you got there, right? And how did that feel? You're like it's finally happening. But I could imagine the nerves that were there. How did that whole process? How did the emotions go?
Man, I'll tell you, the opening night was crazy. Probably with any business that you want to go perfect, nothing ever does. But at the end of the night, whenever we finished up, and I felt really accomplished. I was like, wow, finally did it. We're here. You know, it's crazy, and I'm excited.
That's pretty neat, man.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
And what made y'all the burgers? Is that something you specialized in, or what made you go towards that route?
So in culinary school, we kind of specialized in everything. I kind of wanted to stay along the lines of like pasta, something quicker in the food truck until I got a building. But I was gonna go to one spot during my externship. That didn't work out very well, so I wound up going to Shark Beach. It was known as Land Shark. Oh, yeah. And then just wound up doing some burgers, got some good ideas there, and kind of took off my own twist. So
that's neat.
Took off.
That's awesome. And then I see, like, I was looking at your Facebook, and I see, like, everyone's always posting their food. So I have to ask you, and I'm pretty sure this may be a hard question. What is, like probably your most favorite thing that's on that menu that you make?
Oh, that's pretty easy. I mean, it's getting better every day. But right now, I think I would have to say the Rattler with bacon, which is sauteed jalapenos, sauteed onions, roast bacon, house-made chili honey chili sauce. So yeah, it's one of my favorites, and it typically comes with the bacon cheese fries with the chili glaze, but you can get any fry you want.
And all of a sudden, I am hungry.
I know, right? Let's go eat.
Let's just go eat.
Whoever owns that bus is lazy. He needs to get to work.
Why is he off today? No, that's funny because sometimes even my girl will be like, "Hey man, let's go get a burger from that bus." And then we go to your Facebook to see where you're posted up and stuff. They're like, he's not working today. I was like, damn it. So we have to go somewhere else.
I'm so ready to get a building just because there are certain things that keep me from closing, or we sell out earlier than I think. But I always try to bring more. Yeah. That way we don't, run into that where we're like, oh, we missed you. I'm like, wow. Yeah. Just wait. I got you next time. I promise you. Yeah.
Now that you brought that up, is that your future goal? I'm guessing a building.
Oh yes, big time. That's definitely a future goal. I honestly want to wind up in some stadium.
Nice.
That'd be cool.
Shout out Arrowhead. Arrowhead would be nice. But just some stadium. we went to a Royal Rumble in the stadium, and all they had at the time was a Papa John's. You know, cool. Not hating on Papa John's, but I wanted something at the stadium we were at. I wanted that experience. So I was like, oh, what if we had just a restaurant? You know, you still have the TVs here. Yeah. You have a field there or wherever you're doing, still there, but you're still enjoying some good food at the same time. So,
yeah. That'd be good.
I mean,
and that's awesome because whenever you took the words right out of my mouth. You was talking about that. So that's the vision. You want to have a restaurant, but then also to be in a stadium. That's unique. I feel like a lot of restaurant owners don't really think about that. They don't think of
sky's the limit
of anything like that. So your vision. So that is what your goal is. So right now, I would imagine you just you're starting out. You're going with the flow. The vision is there. So how soon do you plan on making that happen? Like, what's your goal there as far as do you have like a timeline there?
I would hope to say like at least a 10-year goal. I mean, I want to be realistic. You know, I don't want to say by next Christmas, but definitely like a 10-year goal. That would be very accomplished to me. I mean, even if it's give or take a year, that's fine.
Yeah.
But that would be awesome.
And so whenever you got into this, and like we talked about it earlier, you knew this was something you wanted to do. Like, has that always been just something on your mind? Like, even when you were kind of younger, to just leading up to like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, or how did that happen? You
know, to be honest, I didn't know what I wanted to be growing. Like, I mean, I worked in so many different fields, from UPS to, I did work in the restaurant industry, hospitality industry the most. And I think that's what I wanted to do. But owning something inside of a stadium never crossed my mind until I opened the bus and felt the rush and felt the excitement and the pleasure on people's faces and knowing that I could really do this.
Well, I would imagine that's cool to see. Even like I said, people posting your food. I mean, I see it all over Snapchat and social media to see that, and it's awesome because you're building something. And when people are coming to buy food, it's a good feeling because it's your building. It's your career. That's your business that they're supporting and that everyone loves. So that's just awesome to see. A quick question I have though, I would imagine, so you're cooking all this good food. So when you cook at home, do you get fancy with this still, or is it kind of just like,
man, just like anything fancy chef, you go home and peanut butter jelly sandwiches as fancy as you can, you know. But I mean, even my wife, she's like, oh, we'll just do noodles. I'm like, oh, that's fine with me. Just got done cooking for 200 people. I'm good with that.
So you mentioned your wife. Is she your partner? Is that who you work with and stuff?
She definitely helps. She owns her own business. Shout out to Pucker by Apple. But yeah, she owns her own business. Needle fillers, teeth whitening, all that. So she has a full-fledged deal. Oh, wow. But when she is off, her help is much greatly appreciated.
That's good.
I think we have our next guest.
No kidding. Yeah. She would be great on here. Yeah, she's bigger. Yeah, I don't want to cuss on here, but she's great. She's better than me. You know what I mean?
That's good, man.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. So what like, besides, obviously you're always working, you're staying busy with it, you're building your business, but what do you like to do for fun? What are some hobbies that you like?
Oh man, I think I just found a new one this past couple of weeks. I've been snowboarding before, but I went skiing. Oh,
what's
addicted.
Better?
Do what?
What's better?
Skiing.
It's easier, right?
Yeah, but I played hockey for 15 years.
Oh, I got you.
So yeah, I'm used to that kind of balancing, gliding, or whatever. And yeah, I definitely, since I don't play hockey anymore, that's as close as it gets to.
Yeah. Well, I like skiing too.
Well, talking about, hockey, you played for 15 years. How was that? Let's talk about that.
That's awesome. Believe it or not, this tooth is fake. So yeah, it's an implant.
What happened there?
Too much fighting and trauma to the
face. I was about to say, if you played hockey, were you like a fighter?
I was. I was the instigator, if you want to call it that. But if you picked on my teammate, I made sure you didn't get let down.
So you were like Happy Gilmore, just wanted to fight everyone.
Yeah. I just didn't take my skate off.
How many fights were you in? Do you
remember? I was in several. A lot of them, they were the cute fights where you're tugging on people's face masks because we're too young. But getting in the older and the adult, I don't want to gloat or anything, but several, but it was, I have a hot temper.
Yeah. So that's cool. And I heard you were the mascot too?
I was, yes. Yeah. I was the mascot for the Bulls for 5 years. That's was really cool. Probably one of the best times of my life.
Was it?
Yeah.
Do you got to travel and everything with that?
No, well, I did go to Wichita Falls once or twice, but other than that, yeah, they wouldn't really allow. Especially me.
You'll be fighting the other mascot.
My name was Rampage. I mean, why wouldn't I? Yeah. I had glowing red eyes and I was angry at everybody. I mean, I had to live up to the hype.
That's cool.
Batman had an angry scowl. He had to do something,
Yeah.
Well, so knowing that though, because I mean, I just know, I would imagine being in like a mascot suit, because I've done it years ago. My family had me dress up as Elmo for my cousin's birthday party. He's like 2 years old. Nice. So I get there late, right? And they're just like, hey, we need you to do something. They throw me in this Elmo outfit. Elmo's eyeballs looking this way. I'm looking all kinds of jacked up. But even then, it was hard to even just walk around. So how was that, being in a mascot suit and having to ice skate?
Oh, it was easy. I mean, I was played hockey forever before that. So it was just kind of getting used to maybe my first couple times, just kind of, like you said, seeing where it was. But once I get used to it, I was sliding around. And
As I say, did you ever fall?
Oh, yeah. Another shot, Jim Peak Photography. He's the only one that knocked me on my butt in my entrance. The only time I got to skate on the whole ice, he was taking pictures, and it was completely dark. He just so happened to be right where I was, and boom. He stood still though. He didn't move. And I was coming full blast, and I was the one that flew 10 feet. So yeah, Jim Peak Photography. Thank you for that one.
Shout out. So
that's cool, man.
Whenever you're starting, we always like to ask people this. Whenever you're starting a business, and this is one of Pedro's favorite topics is books, and maybe a mentor, someone that you look up to. Who has been that for you? Who was that for you even when you were starting out?
Oh man, there was honestly 2 favorite shows I was addicted to during culinary school. It might sound funny right now, but I mean, it kind of kept me in the game and motivated me, if you will. That was Bar Rescue and Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Bar Rescue. I mean, but that dude, he might be very dramatic, but they spend real money on the renovations, and I think that's the best part is seeing what they turn it into and what it could be. And believe it or not, I got the Madam Queen's sauce or the whole thing from 3 different Bar Rescue episodes.
Oh, wow.
Right when I was starting out, because I'm like, well, what can I do? What can I do? That was it. That was my first burger. And
wow.
And then it just kicked off from there. And Hell's Kitchen, I mean, who doesn't want an angry chef yelling at them to make sure that they stay in culinary school? So,
yeah.
But yeah, those were probably, Chef Ramsay, that I'd probably pass out if you ever came in the bus. And
let's bring him.
John Tafford, just please don't come in the kitchen.
That's
no,
cool,
it's
man.
not that bad.
That's cool. That's people that motivate you, that they're in that industry too. Is there anybody that's not in that industry that you look up to, or kind of? You say you watch a lot of podcasts, right?
Well, I mean, I watch a few, not enough to like really look up to.
I got you.
Look up to anybody. I mean, besides my mom, my mom is probably the biggest inspiration ever.
Yeah, your mom. I was gonna tell you this. I know your mom. She goes to her BNI group.
Oh yeah, okay.
She's the nicest lady, man.
Oh yeah,
Cindy,
thank you. Yeah, Cindy.
Man, she's so nice.
Cindy Lanham. Yeah,
you can tell she's like genuinely a nice person.
Yeah,
you know?
she's awesome.
She's so nice. But
she used to be that mom that showed up at my B team football games with 3 sacks full of Gatorades for everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's that mom.
That's good, man.
Yeah, she's a great person.
So
great manager too.
There you go. And I would imagine that you saying that's awesome. I mean, and I always love to hear the support that you get from your family, and you mentioned your mother. So how, I mean, even since from a young age to now, when you started this business, I would imagine she was very supportive, and she still is. So what does that mean to you, though, to have that support since you were young and through everything you did? You even mentioned showing up at your B team games, supporting you. So how does that feel?
Excellent. I mean, she's my #1 fan. There's one song that we danced to at my wedding, and it will remain the best song. She is the perfect fan. By the Backstreet Boys. And y'all listen to that one, because that means that me and her connect through that song. Yeah. And it's literally every word will be that day until the day I die.
Yeah.
Nice. So she is literally the best ever.
So. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love hearing stuff like that, man, because when you start a business, when you get into this and you're like, man, I want to go with them, I'm going to take this leap. It's always nice to have the support of your family and friends. Right. And not everyone's going to support your dreams. They probably told you it was crazy. you want to have a burger bus, you think that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life, and you're doing it. So
I
props
love it.
to you.
Thank
And
you.
we see we looked at your Facebook page, we were talking about it, and I was like, man, he's really doing it. He's killing it, and you love it.
Oh, I love it. It don't even feel like a job. I mean, it's work. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
when I wake up and don't even think about that I have to, I gotta clock in. I don't even have that feeling
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
That's
I mean, I just get up
something
and
we
do it.
talk about here. Like
Yeah.
if you're doing something that you love doing, it's not even work for you. You know,
No,
like
it's not even a job.
that's
Like,
how I feel too. I was like, I'll go to work. I love being there, so it doesn't seem like it's a job for me.
right. Yeah.
And you enjoy it. You look forward to going to do that day.
No, that's exactly the feeling.
Yeah,
like
that's good, man.
I look forward to it. And props to y'all on this. This is awesome. Like thank y'all for having me on here. This is
Yeah,
amazing.
Of course, man. When we started this, our whole goal was to bring on entrepreneurs and people who really taken that leap and really picking the brains of people, because your whole process is a lot different than someone else's, right? But to see local entrepreneurs here doing it, making things happen, that's who we want on here, man. This whole thing is, we love it. I love that we're doing Hustlers Horizon, but my favorite part about what we do is getting to put a spotlight on you and these entrepreneurs and giving you props and giving you credit where it's due. Because hey, a lot of us, when we start businesses, we don't hear, man, you're really rocking.
Right.
You know, a lot of us need to hear, hey, man, I'm proud of you, man. You're doing good. Keep it going. Because there's some people who get into this, they'll start a business and they don't really have a support system. You know, you got to keep that in mind. But if we can bring them on here and give them props and say, man, like, that's awesome. Because not everyone has the courage to do it and take that leap, and you have. And so, man, again, props for you. So what is, what do you have any big, like, maybe events coming up for the bus?
Oh yeah, so I mean, it's been a good month. We were out at Pantex last week. We got the 420 event. Yeah, the Pantex there was like 17 of us there. It was for the wildfires that happened as of recent.
Yeah.
So that was a good cause. And then we got a 420 fest coming up.
Oh, that's gonna
that
be
ought to
good.
be pretty fun. Yeah.
You're definitely gonna sell out.
Yeah. It's from like 4 to 1:30 in the morning. So I was like, please let us sell out before 8.
Hey, you should make a special burger for that. day.
You know,
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't want to put too many people to sleep. 'Cause you know I will.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But no, there's a lot of big events. I'm really looking forward. I believe we're at the Props and Pistons. Can't really remember when it is, but it's out at Trade Winds, I believe. A car show, airplane show.
Oh, that's
cool. I've always been kind of big into those old school big airplanes. So I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
I can only imagine whenever you do those events and people see your bus pull up, they probably get excited. They're like, oh.
I think that's one of the best feelings is people still are like, oh, like, look at that. But yeah, it's a great feeling. Even my mom says it whenever she's like following me or anywhere. There's like people are still rubbernecking. I love it. I love it too. I mean, y'all just come see me, you know.
You know what's something that I really like about y'all is that you get to sign the bus.
Yes.
You go in there and they have markers laying around and stuff. You get our Sharpies and you can sign it. That's pretty cool.
You come in there, you're part of Dillos history.
Yeah,
forever.
yeah.
Like,
So what are y'all gonna do after it fills up?
So once that bus just goes completely kaput and hopefully it lasts until I get a building, that bus will be a billboard.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I get it. Like I want to make it a billboard. That way, like seriously, everyone that signed that bus is forever.
I'm
part
there,
of that
baby.
history. Yeah, right. Yeah. So come and see me. Come sign the bus and get a burger.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I can't wait. I can only imagine that the success you have now with the bus. I can only imagine the success you're going to have with the restaurant.
I can't wait.
And so how, like, whenever you get there, because we know you are, we're going to speak that, right?
Yeah,
I'm
speak
real
it.
big on that. Let's speak it whenever it happens. I
bring it
better,
back.
I better get a burger right away.
Yeah. We won't sell out on burgers there for sure.
Yeah. So, whenever you start that, so we already talked about the vision. You want to get there. What is your vision as far as like maybe growing it? Like, would you want it to become a franchise or would you want it to stay like local?
So I definitely, one of my favorite restaurant chains, if you will, family restaurants is like Papa Do's, Papacitos, the Papas. I definitely want to do something like along those lines. Definitely don't want to do like Papa, Dillo, not like that. But I want to have like a Dillo be my America. Have a Mexican cuisine, Italian cuisine. I love Italian. Hopefully like a Cajun seafood. That would be something like that would be really cool.
So it'd still be under like the same name but just different foods,
maybe
or different.
maybe not the same name, because I don't want to seem like Papa. I'm copying anybody, but along the same concept, most definitely. Like people will know that I am the same, like presented by Dillos or something.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Okay.
With those names. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good to know. I've been looking at your logo, and we were looking at it. So what was the inspiration with the logo and then the color scheme?
All right. So yeah, the color scheme is these are basically my two favorite colors. I wanted the neon yellow, but we couldn't really find a good one that would not blind everyone in daylight. So we just went with the green. So that's my favorite color. The Dillo, me and my grandpa, we used to go to the Amarillo Dillos.
Okay.
The old baseball team that was here. And we had literal behind the catcher seats for years. I mean, the first behind the catcher. And, I grew up going to those. I think some of y'all might remember the San Diego Chicken. He's a famous mascot.
Famous chicken. I would go to that. I was there every time he'd come when I was little.
When he fought Barney. So I guess I climbed up the rail. Stop eating the Barney. And my mom had to climb up and get me. I was throwing a fit. So yeah, the Dillas were a big part of my life. Didn't want to get in trouble by Amarillo because I wasn't sure how much they owned of that team. I mean, I know they went through so many names. So I was like, we'll just go with Dillos. Yeah. It's fine. I mean, it's the same thing.
Sounds the same.
Yeah, it sounds good. Because that's what I was wondering. I was like, Dillos, I was like, what? Where did that come from? Like, what is that? And then I saw the logo. I was like, oh.
It's catchy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now people come in and say, oh, yeah, we're coming to get a Dillo burger.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm like, oh, yeah, it's got its own name. So I love it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, that whole color scheme and then the logo, it just looks sick on the bus, though. The black and it looks sick. Yeah.
I can't wait to bring the mascot to y'all.
Let's talk about that.
He's gonna be cool. I got a few ideas. Definitely got a name thanks to my sister over there. She definitely helped with the name. I'm not gonna reveal that yet.
I was about to ask what's the name.
Don't you be asking too many questions. But yeah, we do have a name. But I talked to the people today, and we're thinking of maybe ketchup and mustard and gun holders. And gun holsters instead of violence. But definitely an outlaw look.
Yeah.
So we don't want to look too much like Andy from Texas Roadhouse. Because we're not Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
We want to have our own scheme, our own theme.
Yeah.
Definitely I'm thinking of like a old school real outlaw like. Billy the Kid, Jesse James. I mean, Doc Holliday is one of my favorite. He was an outlaw. He's my favorite gunslinger. So definitely that type of leaning more that way.
Okay.
Like so, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so
that'd be really cool.
When are you coming out with that?
TBA.
TBA.
So yeah, but definitely soon. So I mean, cool. I honestly don't even know, but
that's the goal. That's
the goal.
I got you.
He's gonna be big and he's gonna run Amarillo. That's for sure. Might have to challenge Ruckus to a celebrity fight.
Yeah. We'll host it.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be fun.
Go live stream.
Have him and Ruckus on this podcast and just don't even talk, just stare at each other.
And I was gonna mention, so you're pretty good at like marketing and stuff too, right? Because
I try. Yeah.
I remember one time I went to the bus and you had is it a bull rider?
Yeah. So Alex
like,
Paredes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
And literally, we just went because of that. We're like, hey, what is this guy doing? And my daughter, she's like, hey, let's go talk to that guy because he was a cowboy.
Yep.
She's like, the cowboy, let's go talk to him.
Yep.
And we went by there because he was right there. And then we ended up buying burgers and stuff. That's good marketing right there.
Well, funny story. Me and him have known each other for years too. We played hockey together whenever we were younger. So, I mean, whenever he became a bullfighter and we sponsor him now and. He's like, hey, can we come up at the bus? And just like, yeah, just come up, dude. I don't care. I mean, not just because he was my friend, but yeah, I mean, just come hang out. I mean, that'd be cool. I never see a bullfighter or anything like that just chilling by a food truck.
Yeah,
just
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah,
fast and brave.
I looked him up after we left. I was like, man, they're crazy.
Yeah, he's brave. I told him all the time. I'm like, what's funny is every time he burned himself, ow. I'm like, dude, you take on 1,000-pound bull, but you can't take that. And he's like, that's hot. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, whatever.
That's funny.
But yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
So we talk about marketing and then, I mean, mentioning that mascot, that's going to be just next level.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you just, I would imagine all day, every day through your mind is just thinking of the next thing, right?
I think that's literally what I have dreams about it. You know, just I can't wait. That the thing is just day by day. You know, just that's what you got to do. You can't rush anything. Because nothing's gonna happen overnight. I think I learned that a long time ago, but yeah, definitely got to take this day by day.
Yeah, most definitely. And whenever you think of like different things to add to the menu, like how does that? Are you just like, I don't know if you're just sitting at home, like either gaming or watching TV, and you're like,
Let me try this burger.
and then you just go to the kitchen and put stuff together. Like, how does that go?
No, I mean the bus is definitely a laboratory. I will tell you that. So yeah, whenever we're just sitting there, you know, me and Emily, my I call her my head chef. You know, she's there through everything, and she is kind of the head chef. She comes up with some of the stuff and runs it by me, and then I tweak it, if you will. But this past fry that we came out with, she actually was the brains behind it. It's the barbecue bacon cheese fries.
Okay.
And I was like, why didn't I think of that? You're the chef. You went to the culinary school. But no, I mean we just experiment. We throw things together, and the main entree that we just came out with, the Dust Bowl, our version of Frito pie. It's a Frito pie, but it has patties instead of like brisket or pork or anything.
Okay.
So it still has that Dillos flavor.
Yeah.
And it's not gluten. It's good.
That's
why I had to think when you asked me earlier what's my favorite. I'm like, I want to say that Dust Bowl. That Rattler is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dust Bowl is really good. I got so many ideas, but I mean,
we can talk about it all night.
Yeah,
it's building potential.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, because I mean, I need the space for some of the ideas that I have.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only imagine how big and bigger and bigger and bigger that menu is going to get.
Oh, I can't believe I have 4 pages.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I printed them out the other day, and I'm like, we started with 4 burgers. Now we have 4 pages. I love it. I mean, it makes me feel good. So yeah,
it's progress, awesome. And it's just you like I said, your mind is running all the time, and like that's what we even talk about. Like as it being a business owner and getting into that, you don't ever sleep. Sometimes you don't sleep at all, and your mind is just going and going. It just and to the point of like your social battery just kind of eventually just.
Right.
You know, so that but I would only imagine though. That's what we've talked about. I was like, I can't wait to see where your business goes and continue to see you flourish with it.
Thank you.
You know, so that's awesome. And like we said, we talked about the restaurant. Yeah. So we're going to speak that. Yeah. We're going to speak that. I can't wait to be there. I can't wait to eat all the food and get fat and fall asleep. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, dude, it's going to be an experience too. Like that's one of the things I want to bring to the table. Because I mean, I want to be different in Amarillo. So I want to try to do different things. So
yeah,
like that's one of the things is my big thing is presentation. So I think that's one of the big hints I'm going to give y'all is get ready to interact, get ready to play with your food. Yeah. I know your parents always told you don't play with food, but guess what? This is the only restaurant you get to play with your food.
That's cool.
So yeah, I definitely want to make it somewhat interactive.
Yeah. That sounds exciting, man. Yeah. And so you do a lot of work, you stay busy, things like that. So I kind of want to move to like, what are your hobbies? What's something you enjoy doing? What keeps you busy whenever you're not at work?
Well, I mean, today I was playing Batman Arkham Knight. So yeah, I mean, I love just chilling, just hanging out at the house, chilling with my wife, hanging with the dogs. Yeah. But like I said earlier, skiing's one of the good things, fun things I do whenever we get to go and it's in season. Yeah. Other than that, just chill. I'm just a laid back dude.
Yeah.
Just
come up with recipes.
Just a Kermit. Hermit. Kermit the Hermit.
That's good. Okay, Tyler. So this is we've had great conversation. Just knowing your story, knowing what your vision is for Dillos Burger Bus. We want to say again, thank you for coming on today, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate
it's just it's awesome to hear people's stories and to not only hear it but to see it. We see it all over the place. We see people love your food. We see your business is flourishing. It's just awesome to see. And again, like we said, we bring people on here to give them props and to say, man, keep rocking and rolling. We can't wait for that restaurant to open. We can't wait for you to be in a stadium. We can't wait for this to just franchise and grow because we know it is. We believe in you. It's just awesome to see. Yeah, man, we'll be there eating all the food. It's fine. but what we like to ask on here, though, this is my favorite thing to ask. You took that leap, a few years ago.
Yeah.
To start your own business, fear and all, you went with it. What is some advice you would give to somebody who's wanting to start their own business? It could be the younger generation or the older generation, because we know that time, it's never too late.
No.
Never too late. So what is some advice you would give to somebody who wants to start a business? They're scared. They're like, I don't know if it's worth it. What is that advice you'd give to them?
Just do it. I mean, just there's literally, I mean, there's you, and not to sound negative or anything like that, you are gonna fall on your butt more than you want to, but that's when you just get back up. You know, you fall down, you find what knocks you down, then you find a way to strike back. So I mean, really just jump off and just pull the parachute, and I promise you'll land. You know, it might be a little windy on the way down, but you might have to pull that second parachute, but I promise you, everything's going to be fine. Everything will work out. Even if it's not perfect at the right time, the way you want it, it will work out. I mean, I can say it's living proof for me. I mean, I'm living my dream. You know, I'm doing everything I want to do. I'm creating stuff every day. I'm seeing people that I love to see. They're loving my food. You know, it's awesome. It's a great feeling. So if that's the feeling that you want, Just go for it. Just do it. I mean, Nike's a check mark for a reason, and that's their slogan. You know, check it off your list. Just do it. Yeah. So
that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. That just came easy. Boom. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, again, Tyler, thank you for coming on Hustlers Horizon podcast. It's been an honor chit-chatting with you, and we are going to bring you back. We're actually going to start, maybe we'll do an episode from the bus.
Hey, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Set everything up on the bus.
Yeah, we'll set the microphones up.
Do a burger review and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's our excuse to eat.
Yes. Come do like a try out or see how it's made. Have you back there in the kitchen.
Sample everything.
Yeah. This will take like 5 minutes, guys. It's fine.
Just give a review, like all the food's gone. How was it? It was awful.
Anybody got wheelbarrows?
That's funny.
But yeah, well, man, we appreciate you, and props on everything, man. So everybody, thank you for watching episode 8. Pedro, that's crazy. We're moving.
Congratulations.
Thank you for watching episode 8 of Hustlers Horizon podcast, where we got to talk about the owner of Dillos Burger Bus, Tyler Rannals. It's been an honor getting to know you, man. Again, props for you. But you guys stay tuned for many more interviews with many more great entrepreneurs. This is Hustlers Horizon podcast, where we hustle up, level up, we shift the mindset. Man, we just become a better us and build a better business. That's what it's all about.
Let's go.
Hustle up, baby.
Hustle up.